You might call him Coach Mitch, but Frosty, I call him Coach Johnson. All right, so let's do it, man. We'll go over the press conference. Shout out to Spurs reporter for posting this because I didn't see it on the YouTube channel yet, but I'm okay with these. All right, it feels like we're there with them, right? It feels authentic. Look at that angle. All right. So we'll take a look at what our boy Mitch Johnson had to say. I'm sorry, he's not a boy, he's a man. What Mitch Johnson had to say, and then we'll take a look at what Steph Castle has to say. In between, we'll talk about today's sponsor. By the way, big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment as well. All right, let's go into it. Let's do it. Let's listen. Take him out. I don't even know what we're talking about. Hold on, let me turn this all the way down because it sounds like the volume's kind of low.
Mitch, what did you think of the defensive effort?
What did you think of the defensive effort, if you didn't hear that?
It was excellent. 13 points in the fourth quarter versus a team that has been there many times and thrives in those moments. Is very happy with.
Wait a minute. I need to know something. Hold on. Let's see. Team stat leaders. The Golden State Warriors, I mean, now they're probably lower, but the Golden State Warriors third in the NBA in points per game. Third. And we left them at 94. Where are we? We're too far down. I don't know. 20 something. Wow. Third. That's pretty impressive. I didn't realize they were third.
The physicality with the connectivity, it was our best quarter to date, in my opinion, defensively.
How much of the defense affected Steph, Curry, and how much was him just being off a little bit?
I hate those questions. The question was, how much of it was Steph Curry being off and how much was it for your defense? I don't even know how you're supposed to answer that, like, without being disrespectful to Steph. You just have to say, like, Steph is a great player. He's an awesome player. Maybe he was a little, off. I mean, you probably don't want to say that. Don't say that. I don't know. He's a great player, but the San Antonio Spurs, our team, they did a great job, he's very hard to control, and we had to send a lot of bodies there, but, we did a good job. That's all you got to say. Just focus on what your team did well rather than what he did wrong. Let's see if the coach is ready for the task. All right. This is the test.
He missed some shots he makes every game. So I thought we did a good job of making it tough on him. I wouldn't dare to say we did anything to take him out, but I thought we did not give them opportunities to make easy shots in the fourth quarter.
There you go. Focus on what you did well, and also saying Steph is great.
Steph Castle is getting this opportunity to see all these different types of high-level scorers on a pretty regular basis. What have you noticed in how he's adjusted to these different stars around the league?
He's a mature young man. He's seen a lot. He's been put in a lot of different positions from our staff, on and off the ball, on offensive and defensively, and just very happy with his approach and consistency. He's had many games where he started off maybe a little shaky, I don't know if that's the right word, but the way he's been able to finish as strong as he has says a lot about a young man that hasn't been doing this very long.
What makes Castle so special is that every single Spurs fan, I mean, even myself included, are a little bit more skeptical, or critique prone now that we have Wemby. Like, everyone recognizes you have Wemby, you have to start building around him, and the Spurs have been doing this. But that also comes with looking at the guys around him. So certain guys that we might have been a little bit more charitable about prior, we're not as charitable to now. Now, I was never like that with Sohan. I thought that he was always great on the defensive end, and that was enough for me, and his versatility, enough from insides, enough for me to say, hey, it's fine if he struggles offensively for now. But a lot of people were not okay with Sohan last season. They were very angry. They wanted him traded. They want this player traded, And the fact that you bring in Castle and he can have games, because everyone's going to be more critical. I mean, they're going to be, more criticism prone when you have Wemby. The fact that he has these games where he can have terrible percentages and you can't find anybody saying he had a bad game is kind of mind blowing. I think it really shows. It's kind of like the "what have you done for me lately" mentality, because every single fourth quarter he is finished strong. So everyone just kind of focused on that, and that just shows how good he is, that no one is like, why is he start? I want Trey Jones to get more minutes than him. No one has said that. No one has said that. And that just speaks to how good he's been, that he can have bad, statistic wise, he's not having bad games, but bad shooting performances, and people still say he's great. He's nowhere near where he's going to be offensively.
The sequence where he shoots the air ball and then turns around and takes it back from Steph Curry, does that just sort of typify his mentality?
He's a competitive young man. I think him taking that deep three is another, make or miss. It takes a lot to take that shot in that moment, right? It feels good when you make it. You get the credit when you make it.
Good point.
To be able to take that, I think he might have missed a mid-range and then the air ball and all that stuff, and to be able to take it without hesitation and that type of conviction says a lot.
A lot of games in the NBA. Oh gosh, that was loud. Thanks for the super chat. We'll take a look at that after, because now I know how to look at it. But yeah, no, that says a lot about him. A lot of plays in the NBA are just on the fly. It's not like, not every play is we take a timeout, and now you're gonna go take this shot. And now we need to take another timeout. Okay, this is a big situation. I need you to take the shot. Okay, like certain situations when it's like 10 seconds left on the clock, you need to write something up, right? You got a timeout, you need to write something up, and we have a plan. This is our first option, second option, third option, blah blah blah, right? But I feel like a lot of these games, especially in the fourth, it's just been, just play in rhythm, right? Play with one another. You've been here before, do your thing. And it's been very impressive to see Castle take it upon himself, not in a selfish way. These are good shots he's taken, but enough confidence in himself, a confidence in his ability to take a deep three in that situation. He's not afraid. He's not scared. A lot of, and this is the difference when you see guys that are late in the first round versus guys, and that might be talented, versus guys that are that early in the lottery, right? He has the mentality where he's that guy. He's him. He doesn't need any convincing. Like, I know I compared him to, okay, that's another super chat. Thank you so much, Chris. I'll take a look at it after. But it's so impressive that you take somebody that reminds me in certain ways of Derek White, just how consistent he is and how good he is on the defensive end. But he has all the confidence in the world, obviously more talented than Derek, but he also has all the confidence in the world that Derek didn't have. And it took a long time for him to gain that confidence. It's just huge. He's the full package, man. He's the full package. I'm sorry. That was a mini rant. I got excited.
And then with Vic, it just appeared to you he just needed some minutes to get his legs under him, and by the fourth quarter he seemed like he's off and on.
Yeah, he's had a off and on start like we've all talked about for a few months now. So some of his stints were probably a little shorter just to try to maximize his production and effort. But I thought he was a grown man in the fourth quarter. I thought some of his rebounds, some of his catches, some of his passes, some of the simple stuff that is a really big emphasis for him because he does these amazing things. It's so natural that when he can command the fundamentals and dominate the fundamentals, he's low.
9 assists, is that a push?
He said he was a grown man in the fourth quarter. That type of language, he's getting onto them, ain't he? He's getting onto them.
And his game is maybe not appreciated as much as what he does in other areas.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we're continuing to learn how to play off him and put him in spots to take advantage of situations. But again, I thought his fundamentals, especially late tonight, were elite. And when he does that, it will be scary.
You're just thinking his adjustment to teams playing a lot of small defenders against him and, getting up into him.
Yeah.
They don't have anybody to play. And by the way, it's going to be even more dangerous when Sohan is here. So the reporter mentioned that they were playing like a lot of small guys against them, but honestly, I don't think the Warriors really have much of a choice. I mean, unless you get Looney on them. But it's going to be even more dangerous because when you have Sohan out there, a lot of teams are just going to try to put their center, on Sohan, and he's fast enough to get past them. And then on top of it, Wemby, once he come into his own, as far as like finding his go-to shots and all that, you won't be able to just put small guys on him. He got to get a little bit stronger and everything. But yeah, you just won't be able to do it. So it's going to be nasty. Those two are going to be nasty. That's going to be a nasty duo, I think.
I think he's taken his time a little bit more. I think he's been a little bit more decisive. I think there's times where, because of that type of defense, there's going to be a initial level of resistance or physicality, and when he plays through that, I think that's where we're getting a ton of opportunities because they have no choice but to help. And then I think he's going to also start putting an emphasis on the refs and get some more free throws.
And for a team that last year tended to start strong and fade late in games, to do the complete opposite of that the last couple of games. I know you don't want to start slow, but does it say something about the progress of the team, the way you have been able to shake off those tough starts the last few games?
I think so. I think it's fair to say I think the young guys should get credit for some of the progression and maturity that they've shown in those situations, especially against some of the teams that we've showed it against.
And is it it's not just having old guys around, the young guys are handling it better than they did last year, right?
No question.
Fast forward too quick, but you guys go.
Sorry, I don't have a comment on that. That wasn't.
Like your fourth time playing, if you count the preseason. Like, is there any benefit to that, or is it the opposite? You'd rather not play the same team so much in the same span?
I'm sure you can make an argument for either. I'll say I don't think there'll be any surprises either side. But yeah, the schedule's funny like that sometimes. You just
Wait, do we have to play the Warriors again soon? We don't have to play the Warriors till March. What are we talking about? I have no idea why that was brought up. We have to play the Kings pretty close to one another. Denver back to back. That's annoying. Lakers back to. Oh, there's a lot of back. Oh my God. Memphis back to back. You got the Lakers back to back. You got the Pacers back to back. Dallas back to back. That's dumb. That's dumb. Castle is 6'7". He's a 3-size body, bigger than a guard. I've heard 6'7", but I think he's 6'6". Pretty sure he's 6'6". All right.
get a team and knock it out quickly.
Be an easy scout.
Mitch, back to Victor, just the knack of, even if the shot isn't going down in those first three
Castle isn't 6'5". He's definitely at least 6'6".
quarters, fourth quarter rolls around and, there he is, lights out. Just if you can just kind of speak to that quality that not many seem to have, but he's got it already.
He embraces moments for sure. And I think he's just continuing to learn how to take advantage of different moments. And obviously he made some big shots, but again, I think some of the passes and some of the simple plays are just good of an example or reflection of that.
Are you guys expecting this much offensive production from Harrison? Even with Wemby coming back tonight, he still had 22 points.
Yeah, he's been extremely efficient, and he's been able to do that over his career. So expectation, I'm not sure, but I wouldn't say we're surprised either.
Earlier today, Zach was saying that the mindset is not, hey, we have guys out. It's just, we got to focus on winning, making sure we're doing our best. What does a win like this without Jeremy and Devin do for that mentality moving forward?
I think it's just something we've gotten used to. I don't know. I mean, this isn't our first game with those circumstances, and it's not changing. And it's just part of the season. When you look across the league, there's a lot of injuries and guys out. So it's just something where you're trying to prepare everybody. It's the next man up, but it's nice to see everybody embrace that, not only for themselves but for their teammates.
Okay, That wasn't that interesting of a press conference. It was fine though. It was fine. All right. We got to listen to what our boy Steph has to say. But you know what? I think we're gonna talk about something. Okay, we're gonna talk about BetUS. Okay, if you guys are interested in BetUS at all, please go check it out, man. Just go to betus.com. And yeah, just use promo code YouTube150. You'll receive 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% bonus on your second and third deposit, up to $2,000. Yes, this is a sponsor. But by the way, guys, just looking at NBA championship winners, we already looked at this one. But just bringing it up once again, San Antonio Spurs, they don't have great odds, okay? Actually, terrible odds. But like I said, the Atlanta Hawks have not been doing too hot, okay? So you see Atlanta Hawks, their chances are very low. Small indicator, but also a big indicator that the Spurs are doing a great job. So let's see here. Or we're going to have a really good draft. So you can see here, they've been kind of up and down, right? They had a huge win against the Celtics, 1-1, barely. Then, they won against the Wizards. Not too shocking there. But they've recently lost to the Trailblazers, barely beat the Kings, lost to the Warriors, lost to the Bulls. So in the long scheme of things, we're hoping that they can get kicked out of the playoff picture completely. Okay, we need them all the way down here. Right now, kind of close to 500, not so much. But as time goes on, it should just get worse and worse, and we need them out. They're trying their best to win because why not? They have nothing to really play for. I mean, the only thing they've talked about is just developing. So yeah, they have nothing to play for right now. So they're not going to try to tank, and I mean, all they can really do is try to win. So yeah, great stuff. But right now they are 7th seed, and hopefully, when it's all said and done, they're even worse. But like I said, back to BetUS, they have them no chance whatsoever of winning it. Okay, if they were to win it, which I mean, why even entertain it? But $10, they give you $5,000 right there. Okay, just put $10 in there, they'll give you $5,000. But yeah, there's many different things on BetUS. If you want to check it out, please go check it out. You use promo code YouTube150. All right, let's go into the second order of business here.
Just being.
No, we're not ready for you yet, man. Look at him. He know how good he is. Hold on. All right, wait, I'll bring it up in a second. Wait, no, yeah, I'll bring it up right now. Second screen. This is why you need 3 screens, okay? I only have 2 screens. All right, I'm about to do it.
You start by just how you approached your assignment guarding Steph Curry.
Yeah, I mean, coming into the game, my mindset was strictly on defense really all night. Not really trying to take him out the game because I know how hard that is to do. So just being realistic, just trying to limit as many shots as I can from him, kind of keep him off the line as much as I can. And I mean, with the help of our bigs, protecting the paint, beating up the ball screens, probably did a good job on it.
So he basically just said, hey, you can't. What kind of. This maturity is not normal, okay? The Spurs created him in a lab, all right? Similar to Kawhi. They literally just create these players in a lab. What the heck are we talking about? Wemby? What are we talking about? Wemby is ridiculous, too. Did this young player just say, hey, I knew going into this game, I'm not going to be able to stop him. I just tried my best to slow it down, make it uncomfortable for him, give him no room to breathe. Like, he really came into this. He didn't come in with any type of ego like, yeah, I came in to try to, not that he would say this, but you can tell from his demeanor on the court as well that he doesn't have that type of ego. That's huge for him to just be like, yeah, I didn't expect to necessarily, him not to be able to do what he does, but I just wanted to make it uncomfortable for him. That's huge. That's huge from T.I. That's huge from TIP.
Unique about guarding Curry as opposed to some of the other stars you've had to guard this year?
Probably the most unique thing is his movement off the ball. See people saying it for the last couple of days. The play doesn't start until he passes it. So, just being able to chase him around those screens, it's hard to do. They have great screeners. They work on that. They cut off of it. So, it's hard to guard. But that's probably the most unique thing about it. Most stars, they get it off the bounce,
Okay.
come
Enough of
off
that.
ball screens, but he's coming off pin downs, elevators, stuff like that. So it's a lot harder to guard.
Did you do anything to prepare for that? Did you watch more film on him, or?
That's a good question.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you still got to go out there and play. You could watch all the film in the world and you can still go for 40. So, just trying to change my tracking on him. When he's getting off ball screen, trying to get on the outside of the screen, don't get hit by the screen. Just doing whatever I can to chase him off the line, and just trusting in our bigs to help.
What's this process been like?
That's a really good point. I mean, yeah, you can watch all the film in the world, but you still have to play them. And also, the NBA schedule, man, you don't get a chance to just. It's not like the NFL where you have an entire week and maybe several weeks and months to prepare for certain teams. In the NBA, it's just back to back to back to back to back. I mean, it seems like they get a scouting report, and that's kind of. A report on the players, and that's kind of a wrap, right?
For you, you've had to guard one of the, if
Where
not
Castle
the
go?
best player on
There he
every
is.
team on a pretty regular basis. What's the process been like for you having to see these different types of stars every night, really?
I've been
It's been great.
smoking and
It's
I've
something
been
that I've asked
drinking.
for. I feel like that was part of the reason why they asked me to come here, was to come in right away and do that. They know I have the abilities to do it. I feel like my teammates really believe in my abilities to do it. So just staying in the gym, watching film has been the main thing. But I love doing it. I feel like it helps our team tremendously. I feel like if we set the tone on the defensive end, especially at the point of attack, I feel like that sets the tone for the game. So
That deep three.
By the way, this is an actual point of attack defender. Okay, this is the closest thing, one of the closest things you're gonna get to lockdown defender. Now you got these freakishly crazy one player in the world named Wembanyama, but this is realistic of when you're talking about a lockdown player. He's not going to literally every player he goes against is going to go 1 for 50 or whatever, but this is the closest thing that you can get to that is a Steph Castle. So everybody that was like, oh, I saw this come. Oh, this drove me crazy, guys. This was early on. It hasn't really happened as much since. But I saw so many people saying, wow, Steph Castle reminds me of DeJounte Murray. No, dude. No. DeJounte Murray is not a point of attack defender. DeJounte Murray is not a lockdown defender. He never was. Even with the Spurs, he was decent. He was decent in the lanes. He was a good disruptor. But no, he was never a lockdown. He was never like a phenomenal elite defender. I don't know. I hated that so much. I hated that. They play nothing alike at all. Nothing. Not even close. These are two separate players. Bro is way better than DeJounte Murray. Especially at this age. Yes.
On the handoff from Vic, when you're trailing him down the court.
Guys, where did Steph go?
If he gives it to me, I'm gonna shoot it.
There he is.
it was more just in the moment. I wasn't really thinking that. I was hoping for a foul. I think I got elbowed in the face, like the possession right before, but
He getting no calls.
Yeah, it was a big play. I'm happy to see it go down, but just more happy about the trust my teammates got in me taking those shots.
Is that part of wanting the ball in that moment, wanting to be able to take? That mindset of I'm just looking for a good shot. Does it come with? I guess they're not shying away from the moment.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever shot.
It's just not shying away, but it is kind of like I'm gonna take over, or I think it's just more so confidence in himself. You have the opportunity, you have the opening, and it's a pacing thing too. That's the one thing that's really special about Castle is like he doesn't overexert himself, and he takes the shots in good opportune time. He has really good pacing, right? Like everything lines up perfectly because of his pacing. He doesn't go too fast. He doesn't try to skip to the conclusion. He doesn't miss out on steps, right? It's like a movie, right? Like a really great movie, the ones that are masterpieces, like Parasite, Hereditary, films like this. The pacing is nearly perfect. It's nearly perfect. It's executed when it needs to be executed, right? It doesn't go too fast. It doesn't go too slow. It's when it's time to really take over when it's time to hit those peaks that they hit it, you know, at the perfect timing, and just leads into it beautifully. I feel like Castle's pacing is really great. He goes at his own pace, but he doesn't do too much, and those opportunities are going to present himself, and if they don't, that's fine, right? But he's not going to miss any of the the steps, right? He's not going to miss any of the steps. Clan with the film knowledge. Yeah, man. I could name off more films. Korean film, I Saw the Devil. That's a phenomenal movie. You should watch it. Wait, was that a Korean film? Or I think that's a Japanese film, actually. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. We'll let Castle talk. You guys should watch that movie if you can take it. It's a great film.
Right away from big moments like that. I mean, playing against guys that I've been watching since I was a little kid, to have the ball in my hands in that moment, I feel like that's something only a rookie could ask for. So, I mean, shying away from it would be doing myself a disservice. So, I mean, just the confidence that, you know, I have in myself and my teammates to take that shot was, you know, the reason why I took it, and it felt good. So.
You mentioned playing against.
It's a Korean
guys
film.
You've been watching since you were a little kid, and I guess Curry has been.
Yes, Vane, The Welling. Guys, watch The Welling. That's a great film, too. It's so good. The Welling is good, too, Clang. Yes, it's so good. Oh, such a great film. Okay, Okay. We need to do this segment. I'm going to bring up one more film, and then maybe we'll talk about movies later.
In the league
In the
process
live stream.
around kindergarten. Like, do you ever allow yourself a moment just to think, you know, look at who I'm guarding, look, he's right here. Any moment like that, or you just.
I mean,
don't get starstruck.
First couple possessions,
nah.
A little starstruck, but I mean, at the end of the day, we're still trying to win a basketball game. I mean, he doesn't really care about who's guarding him at the end of the day. So, I mean, me being scared to guard him or shying away from him because he's you know, a player that, you know, I've liked to watch when I was younger. I mean, I said it earlier, but I mean, that's just doing myself a disservice and really our team. So, I mean, just going into those moments, you know, just relying on the film that I've watched. Relying on our schemes, you know, just relying on my confident defense that, you know, I have myself and my teammates have. So.
What does that do for your confidence?
What a phenomenal way of answering that question, and he means it too. He doesn't care. Like he said it without saying it. All right, we'll just be honest. Like that Key and Peele skit. You guys remember that Key and Peele skit where it's like Obama talking, and he's like all diplomatic, and then you got Michael Key. Just like losing it, like trying to be his interpreter. He's basically saying, I don't care who's in front of me. I don't care who we're going against. I'm gonna bring it. Like it doesn't matter. You mean nothing to me. Okay, you're dirt. All right. This is like Kendrick Lamar versus the rap industry. I do not care who you are. I don't care. That was his diplomatic way of saying that.
On defense, to know that you helped hold one of the greatest shooters of all time, the 3 for 10 from behind.
I mean, my confidence on defense is always high. It doesn't really get shaken by makes or misses. But you know, to do that to, you know, a guy like that, I mean, it definitely raises it a little bit. I'll say that.
Did somebody suggest you start the Go Spurs Go chant? Or was that you?
Nah, that was me.
You weren't around last.
He did? He started a Ghost Spurs. I know he got hype. He did? That's pretty cool. Oh, by the way, here's the movie. I actually gave you guys a twofer, okay? Everybody that's seeing this video after the fact, if you want some really great films, okay? Some really great foreign films. A Tale of Two Sisters. This is my favorite horror film of all time, okay? It's beautiful. Do not watch the English version. I can't remember what the English version's called, but it's absolute garbage, okay? It's absolute trash. They filmed it like a Disney movie. Don't watch that. Watch this. This is a scary film, and it's awesome, and it has a crazy twist. It's great. So this is a good one, and here's one that I would definitely consider. Well, I would consider Tale of Two Sisters a masterpiece, but here's another masterpiece. Watch this one, The Handmaiden. All right, absolute masterpiece. Twists and turns everywhere. Great, well crafted, perfect film. Go watch it. What's another foreign film? Godzilla -1. That was cool too. I cried. I saw that movie twice in theaters, but you've probably seen that already.
Last year, but the locker room, I'm sure, was very different. What is it like now, just even in the time you've been here? How is the team feeling? Is there more confidence, more trust being built?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't here last year, but you know, I've heard about how the locker room was, but you know, just being in our locker room, I feel like we're pretty connected. You know, we believe in our abilities to, you know, really make a run in the playoffs this year. So, just going game by game, you know, day by day, you know, not trying to skip any steps. But, you know, I feel like we have a pretty connected locker room.
And I saw
Watch Don't Come Home. Okay, I can't vouch for it, but I'll take. Fane knows what he's talking about, so I'll watch it. I'm putting it in my list right now.
Draymond set a couple of really hard picks, and he was grabbing you and holding you and stuff out there. What is your mindset?
He was
at
holding
that
you.
Moment, like you seemed to be zeroed in on your chore,
Right,
on your
forgot about
task.
I mean, yeah, coming in, I mean, Draymond's not any stranger. I mean, you know how he's gonna play. But I mean, it's not just Draymond. They all set hard screens, especially off ball. I mean, that's how they play. Just having a guy like Curry, you know, off the ball a lot. You know, you have to be a great screener.
You got to be careful, man.
Not
to
at the
get
end of the day,
hurt.
it's just basketball. I mean, I know it's not personal, so you know, I'm not really, you know, thinking he's, you know, trying to take me out the game or anything like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm trying to fight through it because I have an assignment. So.
All right, this won't help the memes that I always talk about Sohan, you know, Keldon in these segments. But like, I was just thinking, it's going to be so annoying for everyone in the league when you have, because you're not going to be able to do anything. Okay, like just picture the Spurs at their peak, okay, defensively, and everyone's healthy. And yes, say on the court you have Devin Vassell. Obviously, we'll have some more players, you know, in the future. Maybe we'll have a new power forward and Sohan to come off the bench. I don't know. But like right now, you have Wemby, Devin Vassell, Sohan, Steph Castle. Like, you won't be able to do anything. And then you'll have Sohan just in your ear being absolutely obnoxious, annoying, picking on you, doing small things to break you. Like, it's going to be great. Because and it's cool because you're not going to be able to do anything about it. Yeah, you can get upset, you can get fired up, he can wake you up. But like, what, you going to dunk on Wemby? Like, what? How are you going to show your dominance? You can't. You're just going to get frustrated and angry. Get a tech, team gonna fall apart, and we'll go home happy that we just pissed you off. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. When we're actually healthy and we're at our peak, yeah, we're gonna be. It's gonna be like the Warriors all over again, where the Warriors just won so many games, just dominating everyone. I could see it for the Spurs. It's gonna happen.
Defensively or offensively or both, does it seem like you and Victor are finding a rhythm, especially down the stretch of games?
Yeah, I'll say so. I mean, this was Vic's first game back, but just the games that we've had this season already, I feel like we've connected and, you know, meshed pretty well.
Connect and McCain aren't better than Castle. Dudes can't play defense like him. Who in the comments is saying that? I know McCain has been having good offensive performances, but like his team really sucks, guys. Like his team really sucks. He's been doing a good job, but yeah, no, Castle's better than them.
Especially defensively, his ability at the rim to block shots, me being able to get over screens. I feel like that just, you know, you put those two together. I mean, you have that's a great picture to paint. So, yeah.
Oh, how the media talks about how they're rookie of the year versus not talking about Castle. Castle gets a lot of praise when he's actually on TV. But yeah, you're right. They've been kind of hyper fixating on McCain. But honestly, I think the reason being too is because McCain has said it. Didn't he say he was aiming for rookie of the year? Whereas Castle could probably care less. Wait, that's not a good picture of Castle. There we go. Yeah, Castle can basically like care less. He doesn't care. He doesn't care if he gets it or not. But yeah, he's the best rookie. The only problem with rookie of the year is they only count stats. Yeah, that is an issue. That is an issue. We'll see though. We'll see. Timberwolves won rookie of the year back to back. Spurs can this year too. Yeah, if they're paying attention at all, it's very obvious who's the better rookie here. But at the end of the day, you know, it'll be nice for us to see it and be like, oh, heck yeah, we got 2 rookie of the years in a row. But like, in the long scheme of things, yeah, no one really cares. No one really focuses on rookie of the year. I don't think that at certain players, you know, when you're in like the GOAT category, You know, we look at stats like that, or not stats, awards like that. Like, oh, he was also rookie of the year right off the bat. He was great. But someone like Steph Castle, there will be no point in the NBA where he's the best player, because he won't be the best player on his own team. So, like, I don't think that'll ever happen. And I don't think he'll end up, even though I think he'll be a star, I don't know if he'll end up in that category, that conversation, right? But, you know, so for talking points, no one would really care. I mean, do we care that Manu wasn't a rookie? No, we don't care. No one cares. But I don't know. Maybe him being rookie of the year would have helped him, because they won't even put him on a top. Oh, wait, no, it wasn't. Was it Ginobili they didn't put on a top 100 list? Or was it Tony Parker? I think it was Ginobili. Ginobili didn't make the top 100, which is... God, that was so stupid. Wasn't it Ginobili? Correct me, chat. Somebody in chat tell me. I don't want to end this segment until someone tells me. Yes, I think. Oh gosh, that's not convincing. I'm pretty sure he was left out. I think Tony Parker was in it. Let's see. People casual see them as role players. Yeah, Manu was rated like 60. Oh, he was? Oh, was it? No. This is top 76. They did a 76 or 75, 76 list because of the anniversary. I meant the official, because I think this was the official NBA anniversary team. Yeah, he didn't make it. See, at this point, heck no, they're not going to put Manu over James Worthy, you know? They're not going to put him over George Gervin. By the way, George Gervin was better than Reggie Miller. What a crazy list. Wait, was Tony Parker on this list? Okay, they got Steve Nash on here. Tony Parker has to be on this list. Kawhi Leonard at 33. That's pretty high. Kevin Garnett. Yeah, Tony Parker didn't make this list either. You not finding them? Control find. Oops. No Tony Parker. Well, I guess I gotta say Ginobili. Yeah. Wow, no Tony Parker either. Who list is this? This was the official NBA list. They did their 75th anniversary team. And they did their top 70. Yeah. And they didn't have them on there. They had Damian Lillard. Yeah, I know. Damian Lillard made the top 75, which is crazy. And a lot of these players, not to be disrespectful, I know the game has, has adjusted or whatever. But I think the problem came where certain players, they didn't want to push out, right? Like they were trying their best to be as respectful as possible, and they didn't want to kick them out. But unfortunately, guys, I'm sorry. I won't go as far as to say the 90s and 80s players, because even though the game was played differently, I think skill-wise, they definitely would be stars in today's league. But some of these eras, like we're talking the 40s, NBA in the 40s, the 1940s. Some people unfortunately, you just got to kick them out. I think they were just trying to keep as many people as possible that were on the original list and didn't want to kick people out. And that's the problem. Like I said, a lot of the players from the era of the 80s, maybe even part of the 70s, I'm not going to just fully say, oh, they're garbage cans. But like, when we're going all the way back to the 40s, man, I think we need to make some exceptions here. Okay, well, that just shows my ignorance then. Dolph was like the first GOAT of the NBA. I just think you're just being respectful. I guess that's okay. I guess I don't know. It's still a terrible list. I mean, still a terrible list. Even when we look at modern players, I don't think I take Reggie Miller over George Gervin. And I also don't think I take James Harden over either one of those two. Call me crazy, but I think in the long scheme of things, I'll probably take Steve Nash over Kawhi, career-wise. Yeah. And then I think the only one they got right was 1 and 2. Or at least 1. Yeah, they got Michael Jordan at 1. That's the only thing they got right. LeBron at 2 is fine, obviously. Wait, where was Duncan? Oh, Duncan made 8. Let's see, does that make me angry? Larry Bird, Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul. No, we're okay. We're good. We're good. It'd be silly for me to argue with that. I think Duncan's a top 3, top 5. Well, not top 3. I think Duncan's a top 5, but whatever. Where's Kobe? Kobe's 10. Shaq 11. KD 12. Hakeem Olajuwon. It's so hard because all these are great players, right? So it's kind of like you can just change them around how you want. But I'm sorry, Tony Parker not being in a top 75 list, but meanwhile you got Steve Nash in there is crazy to me. Duncan at 8 is wild. I give him top 5. You're crazy, bro. Which part? Which part do you disagree with? And then we'll end this segment. This went on way too long. Oh my God, we've been on this segment for 41 minutes. This is going to be a long video. I'm uploading the whole thing too. Nash is a 2-time MVP. Oh, is that what I'm crazy about? Oh, he's calling you crazy. Okay, not me. Oh, sorry. No, I think Nash definitely deserves to be on here. I just don't see why, like, Tony Parker is that worse. You know, like, Nash is 37, but, like, Tony Parker is, like, out of 75 players in the NBA. Get out of here. I don't agree with that. It is disrespect. It is disrespect. Man's a finals MVP. What are we talking about? Yeah. Anyways, shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment. All right, let's end it.